You're sitting across from someone in a nice restaurant. There's an awkward silence. You both study the menu like it's going to save you. Sound familiar? You're not alone. First dinner dates like this often fail. Not because you're bad at dating, but because the entire format is working against you. Think about it. A dinner date is essentially a job interview with breadsticks. You're locked into forced eye contact and continuous conversation for 60 to 90 minutes with no natural breaks or escape route if things aren't clicking. That's not romantic. That's a social endurance test. Keep watching because, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what first date setting actually sparks connection and why dinner almost never does. Here's what's actually happening. First, the pressure cooker effect. When you sit down at a restaurant for a first date, you're committing to at least an hour together before you've even figured out if you enjoy each other's company. That creates artificial pressure immediately. People order differently when anxious, avoid messy foods, skip things they actually want, and spend half the meal worried about having something in their teeth. Then there's the financial element. Someone's paying, or you're splitting, and either way, a transactional undercurrent affects the interaction. Research shows that money changes behavior in social settings. People feel obligated, stay longer than they want, or agree to things they wouldn't otherwise. The confrontational setup is another chemistry killer. Sitting directly across from someone creates an interview-like dynamic. You're facing each other like rivals instead of partners in a shared experience. Conversation becomes a turn-taking exercise while you're both performing to seem interesting. Subtle cues, like how they move, react to their environment, or naturally interact with others, are almost impossible to gauge. Humans bond faster through parallel activities, where people are side by side engaging with the world. Road trips, hikes, or cooking together all work because the focus isn't solely on each other. Connection happens naturally while doing something together. There's also a logistics problem. If the date is going badly, you're trapped. Leaving after appetizers feels rude. If it's going well, there's still a built-in endpoint, the check and the awkward what now moment. I know someone who went on a 3-hour dinner date even though both knew within 20 minutes there was no connection. They just kept ordering drinks because leaving wasn't socially acceptable. So what actually works? Activity dates. Walks through interesting neighborhoods, museums, galleries, farmers markets, arcade games, escape rooms, anything where you're moving and engaging with the environment together. Here's why this works. Conversation flows naturally. Side-by-side movement removes the pressure of constant eye contact. Silence isn't awkward because you can look at the same thing. You see real behavior. Are they curious? Observant? Kind to strangers? 1 hour walking can reveal more than 3 hours of rehearsed dinner conversation. Flexible logistics. If it's going well, you can spontaneously extend the date. If not, there's a natural endpoint when the activity finishes. No awkward check-splitting ritual. Lower financial pressure. A walk is free. Museums or mini-golf are cheap. No one feels owed anything, so you can focus on connection instead of transaction. Here are 5 concrete alternatives. 1. Coffee walk in a park or interesting area. 2. Art gallery or museum visit, followed by coffee if it's going well. 3. Bookstore browsing, where you each pick a book for the other. 4. Afternoon at a farmer's market or flea market. 5. Beginner-friendly activities like bowling, mini-golf, or arcade games. You might think suggesting mini-golf sounds cheap or unserious. Frame it like this. I find dinner dates a bit formal for a first meeting. Would you be up for something more low-key, like checking out that new museum exhibit? Most people will be relieved. Dinner dates are stressful for them too. Dinner dates aren't inherently bad. They work fine for second or third dates when you already enjoy each other's company. At that point, sitting down for a meal is relaxing, enjoyable, and celebratory. But as a first date format, they set you up to fail. The fundamental issue: we've confused formality with romance. Connection doesn't happen because of money, food, or the right setting. It happens when two people feel comfortable being themselves. Stop auditioning. Start exploring. Your next first date shouldn't feel like a performance review. It should feel like an adventure where you can genuinely see if you enjoy spending time together. Try one of these alternatives this week. Take someone on a walk instead of to dinner and notice how differently the connection flows. The format matters more than you think. Change the format, change the outcome. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next upload. Thanks for watching.